families. Thanks for joining. My name is Andrew Callender. I'm going to talk a bit about the media arts program here at Washington. First, a little bit about me. Here's a picture of me and my wife. We got married a year ago, and so I'm relatively new to Olympia. It's my second year here at Washington, but really excited to be at this school and be a part of this community. Here's a little bit more about my teaching experience. I've mostly been a high school math teacher for my career for about 14 years. And then just recently, I decided to do something a little bit different and got a new endorsement and am now teaching media arts. My kind of big moment at my last school of Ashon Island High School as I started a guitar building program. And here's a picture of one of my classes. Every student there built the guitar that they're holding. And so something I'm excited about is bringing guitar building here to Washington, which we're going to be working on during CTE Club on Wednesday mornings. We're meeting every other week this year, every other Wednesday, starting September 28th. And we'll have a couple of guitar kits. We built a few last year, and we'll build a few more. So if your child has any interest in this, I encourage you to encourage them to come and check it out. The classes I teach, there's two. If your child is in first period, that's called graphic communications, and that is the class that produces the Bulldog News and our yearbook. We spend the first month and a half or so of school just learning the programs that we'll be using to make those things, learning how to use the video equipment and video editing software. That's what we've been focusing on for the first few weeks of school. And then we'll kind of transition and start talking about the yearbook and what that design is going to look like and what our theme will be. And then once students have had a chance to kind of get a taste of each of those, they'll make a decision on what they want to spend the majority of their focus on for the rest of the year. My other two classes, again, all 7th and 8th graders are my digital communications classes. And in those classes, we focus mostly on these 3 separate units. We learn how to use Photoshop and do some basic design work, which we've started over the past couple of weeks. And then we'll transition into WeVideo, which is our cloud-based program for editing and producing our video projects. And then we'll also be kind of mixing in some assignments on how to use Google Workspace, so Google Sheets and Google Drive and Google Docs, all that good stuff that's important to use and understand. A bit about just kind of how I set up my classroom. I am doing a points-based grading system this year with the intent of splitting pretty evenly, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 of the grades for each of those 3 units. In graphic communications, it'll be similar. We'll do kind of small assignments in each of those 3 categories, but they'll also be graded pretty consistently on just making sure they get their video projects done for the news or their yearbook assignments done if they choose to go that route. This is a very project-heavy class, so if students are absent, usually they can just check Schoology and kind of jump back into their work when they get back to school. On occasion, students can work on their Chromebooks from home, depending on the assignment. It's tough to use Adobe Photoshop from home, so that's something that kids kind of need to come in and kind of make up during class time, or talk to me about coming in after school or during lunch if by chance they're gone for a long period of time. Otherwise, there's not too much homework assigned in this class. The projects should all be able to be completed during class time. That's about it for that slide. For the digital communications courses, students can expect to have a big project at the end of the term, which is intended to be kind of a fun way of synthesizing the skills they've been learning throughout the term. And I'd encourage you to talk to your kids about some ideas they could have for this. I put a few on there at the bottom, but this is really their chance to get creative and put together. They could do an editing video project and a design project, or if they just want to focus on one of those 2 mediums, that's fine too. But this will be kind of a big chunk of the end of the term. And a chance to really show off their new skills in the programs we've been learning. Oops. And that's about it. My contact information is here on this last slide. It's much easier to email me than to try to call me. It's hard for me to get to the phone during class. So if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. And I look forward to working with you and your students this year.